All right, well, massive update since my very first video that I had. And today I just want to talk about the reality that I'm in right now with my current offer and how things are kind of flowing as I'm going through my day-to-day right now. It's July 6th. Since the start of this month and last month, I think I have had a total of 6 inbound bookings that I've had. So this was from June to July 6th. So that's roughly about 37 days. Now, the reason I'm saying this is not from a perspective and a frame of complaining about the situation that I'm in, but just me explaining to you the reality that I'm in right now and how I'm perceiving my situation so I can get to the next step. And over the last 16 months that I've been inside of this journey, I have noticed the biggest difference that will cause you to have a change in income in this industry. It's very, very easy when you are a part of a good offer, the marketing is dialed, you're having your fresh leads come in, you're booked out 2-3 days in advance, and you know you have leads coming in, right? Your calls can get a lot easier. You have a lot more certainty because you know there's going to be a lot more bookings you have. You know, you're going to be a lot more detached, things like that. But here is the real kicker, is when all of this flips upside down, the marketing isn't as dialed, the leads aren't as coming in as fresh. How do you respond to that event is really going to determine your character and how you are going to produce in the long term in this industry. Because if you aren't able to produce when no leads are coming in and you're having to outbound dial, you're having to really search for current clients and turn them into referrals and ask for new clients, that right there was really going to determine consistency in this industry and what I've noticed so far. Now, considering I'm in this situation right now where I don't have a lot of inbound bookings coming in, and all I'm having to rely on is on my CRM, outbound dialing, follow-ups. I definitely want to explain how I'm going about it here on my whiteboard in a little bit, but more importantly, I just want to explain the situation that I'm in. So, the rule number one, when I'm in this situation right now and I'm just going to be talking about things that I can control, and I'm going to get into how you can network for other opportunities right now in a second, but the very first thing I'll look into when there's no bookings coming in and everything is running a little bit dry, the very first thing I'll do is I'll contact all new leads as quickly as possible. And this is something that you should always be doing, especially when you don't have any inbound bookings coming in. So the very first thing that I'll look into is new leads, and I'll do speed to booking there. So I'll just call them as quickly as possible, whether if they're coming in from an organic magnet where they probably signed up their email and they signed up their first, last name, phone number, and email for something that free that happened online, and they come into the CRM, contact those leads immediately. Contact them, they're really fresh, and book them onto your calendar for the same day or the following day as well. So that's gonna be number one, new leads. Number two, and this is in the context of your CRM and having a lot of bookings. Obviously, when you have a lot of bookings coming in, the order changes, but just considering the context that I just laid out before, number one is going to be new leads. Number two is going to be re-engaging your follow-ups, okay? When it comes to re-engaging your follow-ups, obviously you're not gonna be having a lot of follow-ups that just recently happened. I'm talking about the follow-ups that happened when you first got onto the offer. So I got onto this offer February of 2026, and I've had pre-existing follow-ups since then. So what I just did before recording this video is I just went through about 2-3 hours of reinitiating my old follow-up pipeline. I send them over a message so I can re-engage with them, and I can go ahead and provide some examples in the bottom of this video. I'll attach a Google Doc to it so you guys can see what kind of messages I sent out. And that's going to be the follow-up sequence there. Just re-engaging your old pipeline so you can just send them messages, re-engage them, and book them on the calendar again. And number three, cancel the no-shows. And that's pretty much the 3-cycle thing that I'm doing right now. And then number 4, you can just outbound dial your entire CRM, whatever leads you've had. But I don't like doing that, because when you are giving a lot of people a call and everything just seems loosey-goosey, it becomes very difficult for it to feel productive. So the best way I could explain this right now is, number one, when I have the new leads coming in, this is what's really going to set you apart. So let's just pretend this is a new lead in this box. You want to dial this lead as soon as they come in, and then you want to leave them an SMS. So we can say dial, and then we can leave an SMS as well. Most people would probably leave re-engaging with this lead again the following day, but that's not what you want to do. If you have enough time in the day, you want to give them a call about 1 hour later. So this is going to be, again, just a dial. Up at the top, new lead comes in. You want to double dial. Once you've double dialed, as soon as they've came in, you want to give 1 hour of delay, and then you want to dial them again. You could leave an SMS, but you want to think about this next SMS that you're going to be leaving as you're replying under the thread. So if this first initial SMS is something that's a little bit more of a blocky message, your following message that you want to send is literally just as if you're responding under the thread of this initial message. So that could be something like, hey, just bumping this up. Hey, just popping this back up to the top of your inbox. Things like that, which would represent the second message. SMS 2. Then number 3, if you have time in the same day, you would also do this within another 1 hour time block, and this would just be a dial. These two would just be single dials, or else they're gonna block you, right? They're gonna be thinking you're spam. But you can just, simply by doing this one workflow, as soon as the lead comes in 1 day, that's gonna increase your chances of booking this new lead onto the calendar by 92%. People will respond a lot more, especially when they initially came in, if you contact them 3 times in the day. If you leave it up for the following day, they'll probably forget, they won't be as relevant. And the reason why you wanna get to them so fast is because when they initially booked in, they had a action taking threshold, and it was really, really high. The longer it takes for you to give them a call, the lower this action taking threshold goes back down. And they're no longer in a state to want to proceed with a booking or purchase whatever it is that they had in mind when they initially booked in for the opt-in or whatever it might be. So this is my cycle that I go through when I'm doing my new leads, which is number 1. Follow-ups is quite basic. I don't necessarily think that I need to break that down that much. New leads is very, very important. So simply by contacting these new leads and then going through follow-ups, cancels, no-shows, you're basically controlling what you can control, your activities on your CRM, to just do as much as you can to leverage appointments back onto your calendar, move your mouth a little bit more, have more conversations, and then just, see where you go from there when the people book onto your calendar, right? The other thing that you need to be doing simultaneously is looking for other opportunities, right? Because you don't know how long it's going to take until the marketing comes back up. So if the marketing has been like that for about a month now, and you can feel it as a sales rep, when you probably feel like the marketing is going to be like that for a little bit, then you need to start looking for other opportunities. Now, the problem happens when a lot of people start looking for opportunities before they start controlling what they can on their CRM and their activities, right? They're not building up their skill set, they're not doing activities in the CRM, and they just want to go ahead and hop on a new offer when they haven't even controlled what they can control first. You need to do the activities, do what you can, and then at the end of the day, you should at least block 1 hour of your day to do some networking. And what do I mean by networking right now? Well, as of now, what I'm doing, since I've been a part of different mentorships, different programs, is I am contacting the different reps that I have that I basically know of to see how they're doing on their offers. It's like, hey, how is your offer doing? Just creating that connection, that bond to see what else is out there, what opportunities are out there. Are they needing some closers? Those are the things that you need to look out for. So that's number one, networking. And number two that you can also be doing is, this is what a lot of people don't know, by the way, is you can contact recruiters. So you can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram, you can look up recruiters and you can create good connections with them. So number one is creating good connections with people you've already been working with in the past or different mentorships you've been a part of. But if you're fairly new to the industry and you don't have a lot of experience with a lot of individuals in the space and you haven't been a part of a lot of mentorships, then you can simply just start networking, reaching out to people primarily through recruiters. Recruiters are the middleman between getting a sales rep, getting an offer, and they are the people in between. So they are the people that are placing reps on very good offers, and they get paid by the offer owner in order to bring on good talent. So as you can imagine, the recruiter needs to have a lot of good offers under their belt so they can hire a sales rep and then place them on an offer they think is best and relevant to their skill set. So creating good connections with recruiters is very important. They can become your weapons. They know all of the best offers in the industry, whether it's info product based, whether it's service based, technology based. There's so many different niches out there that people need sales reps for, and the recruiters, they are going to be the ones that know the best offers. So that's what I'm currently doing right now, is I'm networking with my different friends that I've had online and just networking with different recruiters as well to see what other opportunities are out there. But make sure at the same time as you're doing all of this, number one, controlling what you can control. Number two, networking, seeing what's out there, but just doing your best to squeeze everything you can from your current CRM first before you start doing all of that. Chances are, I see in the industry, a lot of individuals don't even do that. They just hop from offer to offer and they somehow think their income is going to go up when their standards are quite low and they don't really necessarily put in the work when times get tough. So that's the position that I'm in right now. I just wanted to explain a little bit of an update on where I'm kind of at, how I'm seeing my situation, and how I'm navigating about it. But I'm just doing my best. Have a good one.